Don't want to end
I remember I played a show. Your ass. Who gives a shit?
fantasy dream. Living in the middle between the two extremes. Smoking guns, hot to the touch, would cool down if we didn't use them so much. But some love is so really matters to me. Too much sometimes. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Whoa, 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 out of time. Out of time. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Gotta reach out, reach out. Reach out. You're out of touch, the summertime, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're too cold, baby, too close, too cold. Oh, when I'm not around, you're out of touch. We're so out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, you're out of touch, out of time, out of time, out of time, baby, when you're not around. Play on. Yes! Rock and Spiel. Rock und Spiel.
Now if you're feeling kinda low about the dues you've been paying, cause you're struggling much too slow, and you wanna run but somehow you just keep on staying, can't decide on which way to go. I understand about indecision. I don't care if I get behind people living in competition. All I want is to have my peace of mind. Now if you're climbing to the top of the company ladder, hope it doesn't get too low. Can't you see there comes a day when it won't matter? Come a day when you'll be gone. I understand about indecision. I don't care if I get behind people living in competition. All I want is to have my peace of mind. Take a look ahead. Take a look ahead. Yeah, 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 yeah. living doesn't mean too much to me. Lots of people have to make believe they're living, can't decide who it should be. Oh, I understand about indecision. I don't care if I get behind people living in competition. All I want is to have my peace of mind. Good morning. Welcome to Daywave. Having a guitar solo for you. Good morning and welcome to Daywave. A couple super chats here. Black woman set on fire in Wisconsin yesterday. Suspects white. This just gets worse every day. Josh C, keep up the good work. Love the show. Thank you, Josh C. Much appreciated. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the chat. I think it's fixed. I don't know what was going on with it not coming up on screen. I had to fix that. I don't know what was going on. Streamlabs has been acting very, very odd. It is Friday. So as you know, it is Shirts Off Friday. You know the rules. You know how it works. Welcome to the show, folks. Everyone doing good? Huh? On a Friday for you, wearing my Nerdy Serenity shirt. Oh, they canceled Firefly. Yeah, look, I like Firefly too. It was 15 years ago. Relax. All right? It was 15 years ago. Fucking relax. It ain't coming back. It ain't coming back. So, what do we got rocking today? Well, we got some couple Thomas Murphys because I didn't get to play one yesterday. More like Fry, yay. Am I right? Nah, it's not even. Wait, they canceled Firefly? Yeah, they like 15 years ago. I don't know if you've heard, but they definitely canceled Firefly. It's gone. So welcome. Red Dwarf. You know, I've watched some Red Dwarf. Not all of it. People keep telling me to watch it. But I haven't. Anyway. What do we want to do today? I guess some Thomas Murphy would be nice, right? A little bit of that Thomas Murphy. See what he's up to on Friday. I always get bummed when I miss him, when I don't get to play him. Yeah, I know Splash Mountain is raised. I talked about it yesterday a little bit on RTC, but they're going to be changing both Splash Mountains from the Song of the South stuff that they had, you know, the Brer Rabbit stuff, to Princess and the Frog, I believe. I believe that's what they're going to change it to. Anyway, Thomas Murphy.
Hi, it's me, Thomas, and today is the day that I went to the beach 4 years ago, Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, with Leslie and Elizabeth. I had a good time. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But remember, as always, if they take you to the beach, keep your hands to yourself, always.
Okay.
Keep your hands to yourself. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the boardwalk, we had lunch, and I had the beer called Watermelon, wheat beer from 21st Amendment. Mm-hmm. It was really good. Because watermelon's good for summer. Yes. Whew. And then some kid footballed me and said, "Better apologize." Yes. And then we went on rides, like the log ride, like goes like very fast. Yes. It did.
Yeah, well, it's racist. So you're not allowed to have a log ride because it's racist now, Thomas. Sorry.
Not the big roller coaster in Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And I bet they'll be open on August 20th, Demi Lovato's birthday. Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Yes. But I didn't get sunburned.
Hell or high watermelon? I've never tried it.
And also, what else? Oh, yeah. I'm glad I had a good time. I had to use the restroom, yes. And I fed the seagulls chips. They were hungry. And they always get full when they when they eat food.
Well, they would get eaten. They'd probably be full too for eating another seagull.
Seagulls. It's fun to feed the seagulls at the beach. They're hungry like us, too. And also, after that, we went back to the Muyas and I walked all the way home. And I had to use the bathroom before I went to the beach.
Well, thank you, Thomas. I mean, he really doesn't miss any details.
I had to. And what else am I going to say? Oh, pause it for a second. As I said, I was
back.
on
He had to think about it because sometimes he had to look at his notes.
Boardwalk, Beach Boardwalk. I heard the song Will Smith, Miami. Yes. The hub is Welcome to Miami. Yes. The hub is American Airlines at the airport. Yeah, they're pretty bad. But right now, of this decade of 2020s, I'm done with the swimsuit bikini stuff and swimming. Yes.
Yes.
Every time I say I'm thinking about Halloween, it's a little early for that. Today is George Michael's birthday.
Happy birthday, George Michaels.
The singer.
Oh, not the roofer.
I think he did die on Christmas. He did. And what else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm glad I had a good time at the boardwalk. Yes, Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And I guess that's about it. So I guess we're going. So bye.
Bye. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. But no, not one Thomas. It's Friday. We have two Thomases. This one's from today. This one's from this morning, I guess, before he went to work. You could tell he's dressed all spiffy to go to work.
You hear the music background? That's Michael Franti. They will not play him on 107.7 The Bone.
They won't.
Hi, it's me, Thomas.
Oh, he forgot. He forgot to say. He a little out of order. Thomas is getting a little relaxed.
You hear it? Yes. They will not play that song on 107.7 The Bone. They'll only play classic rock.
He's right.
Classic rock. That's the only radio station we have in the Bay Area. Yeah, it's recorded.
I mean, how does he have a job? He's a great worker. He does his work. He goes to work every day. He lives by himself. That's how he has a job.
It is on.
He really doesn't like that song.
Did you hear that? Yes, I did. You heard that? Oh, how you doing?
Someone walks in. Every once in a while when Thomas makes these, somebody walks in. Somebody walks in and ruins Thomas's little thing.
Just making a recording.
Is he just going to play the song in the background?
Okay. Sorry.
Somebody had to get to their locker.
I have proof. This is proof.
He has proof.
All right. Okay. That they're going to play on the Bone. Guns N' Roses
Nice.
and AC/DC.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
That they'll play on the Bone. But not this.
Not this.
I'm glad I had a good Father's Day. I do not recommend calling Uncle David.
Oh boy, Uncle David. What did Uncle David do? What did Uncle David do?
I do not recommend it at all. No.
He looks like he's closing the mic right with some hand sanitizer. No, he's been better. He hasn't done that in a year at least 2 years maybe. He doesn't like this song apparently. So he doesn't like Wyclef. Not a Wyclef fan apparently. Thomas, I don't want you to get with a copyright strike by recording songs. Well, he just sits here this long? I skipped ahead a bit, but he's just standing here listening to the song.
There. Now you heard it. They will not play that song on 107.7 The Bone.
They won't.
Michael Franti.
They won't.
That's the only radio station we have. It has to be classic rock and only classic rock.
He did the line. He did the line.
There you go. That's all we have. So comment down below if that's true. The classic rock radio station is 107.7 The Bone. They will not play Michael Franti. So I guess we're going. So I get started for work. So bye.
Bye. Bye, Thomas. Bye, Thomas. My boy Thomas. That's my boy Thomas. Kicking it like usual. Getting ready to go to work. Look, he gets up. He goes to work. He records his videos. He does his job. He does his YouTube. He's always crushing it. Let's check out our boy Ryan Long made a new video.
Yo, you good for the P test tomorrow? No, I haven't actually checked. Maybe just bring an impeach Trump sign to be safe. As a professional protester, I've yelled smash capitalism at the Women's March, BLM, March for Science, National Citizens Day. It doesn't matter what you're protesting. It just matters that you're protesting. Some of my favorites, Boys in Blue, My Balls Are Blue. That's a classic right there. The only gun I support is in a man or woman's pants. I'm a little more careful now as I've had some blunders in the past, like the time I thought I was going to the slut march, but I showed up to the abortion rally with a sign that said sluts marching.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Or the time I went to the legalized gay marriage protest thinking we were against it because the night before I watched a 10-year-old clip of Barack Obama saying he didn't support, and I just assumed that was their stance.
He's the fucking best, man. Ryan Long is the fucking best.
Little explaining to do when I pulled this bad boy out. Not really sure what we were protesting there. Actually got pretty blackout that night. You know, not a lot of people know this, but about 90% of protesting is actually arts and crafts. Oh, that brings me back right there. And when I'm...
This pussy grabs back. I'm just thinking Ryan Long's having to go to a Michael's and getting all this poster board and stuff.
Not smashing capitalism. I do work at Hobby Lobby, so I get pretty sick deals on poster board. Yeah, I have fun with it, you know. Brought this to the Palestine March to really give it to those Nazis supporting Israel. Hong Kong
all those Nazis supporting Israel.
Rally was a blast. We shut down the speech of anyone who disagreed with us in support of Hong Kong. I went through a pretty big communist anarchist phase for a little bit. You're a friggin'
communist against the government.
Pig. I can do a little better than that. You're a freaking pig. BLM was a favorite of mine. First time I met a black guy, actually. Nicer than I would have thought.
Nicer than I would have thought.
Actually, nicer than I would have thought. We got to chatting. I told him that my favorite actors were the cast of Medea Goes to Jail. He told me that was just one guy, so it was a learning experience also. My wrist is actually a little sore right now. I sprained it trying to punch a hole through the window of Chang's Convenience. I don't support Nazi Germany.
Well, that's nice. Good for him.
I've actually been using my wrong hand to throw rocks into cops, then disappear into a crowd of minorities. Right now, I'm pretty huge in the whole getting blown by cops thing. You know, a lot of these activists out there are weekend warriors, but I've been arrested 9 times personally. 8 times for protesting and once for the head behind the dumpster. Yeah, it turns out that girl was underage. To be fair, the way she was protesting, I thought she was at least 17. I am an ally, so I think I should get another bandana. Phone's all charged up for dank TikToks.
Dank TikToks.
I've dedicated my life to smashing the system. You know, which system? You tell me. I'm there.
He makes the best videos, and you know, he used to do stuff in Canada. When I met Ryan, I talked to him about it. He would do stuff in Canada, and apparently he was pretty big there. But again, man, his videos are just amazing. Like, have we watched one of his videos that haven't been good? Because I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm Canadian. I've met maybe 5 black guys. I'm 46. Well, what part of Canada? I mean, if you're in a major city, I'm sure you've met many. But if you live like out in the sticks, I'm sure you haven't met that many then. No, I don't. He never worked. I don't think he worked for Vice. I know he worked for the Hard Times. Alberta. Well, there you go. I know he worked for the Hard Times for sure. So, yesterday when we had to stop because we were playing some of this, we were checking out our boy Wally George, which I know you guys, I guess some new people have no idea about Wally George. So Wally George, and we only got to play a little bit yesterday because, you know, the show ended. But Wally George is a guy that used to do a TV show called The Hot Seat. It was in local TV in California, right? So, Mr. Wally George used to, I guess I would say, play a conservative host, and then he would have these people come on. Here, let me.
The people.
He would have these people come on, and usually it was the same guy, right? And he'd fight with them. Like, he'd fight with them like the way Rush Limbaugh would, or the way like a Sean Hannity would. But it was wrestling, dude. It was basically just wrestling is what it was. Here, check it out. Let me do this. Let me back up a little bit here.
Oh. Sit down. What are you doing? What are you doing, you idiot?
I'm here to protect my plates at all times.
Oh.
There are a lot of germs around this place, and I am not going to get infected.
Gee.
This ain't the beach, homie.
Hey, he says there's a lot of germs around here. He's one big germ. What do you think?
That's not nice.
He's one big germ with a big nose.
Whoa, that's anti-Semitic, Wally.
And
Before we go any
and
further,
a flowered tie from West Hollywood.
Jesus Christ, just really gay stuff.
before we go any further, Mr. George, I demand a moment to speak to your viewers across this great land, from sea to shining sea.
No, let him have.
So this guy's defending, remember, this guy's during the fucking Gulf War, is defending Saddam Hussein.
Let him make a fool of himself. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead.
Well, first, to those of you who support me in your cards and letters, I love you.
Both of you.
And
both
I
of them.
appreciate your great words of praise. And to those of you who do not yet understand my greatness, I encourage you to listen closely this evening. Try to get
Will
your...
you hurry up, you idiot?
Shut up!
Although the truth of the matter is, I mean, if Saddam Hussein wasn't a good dude, but looking back at this, he did keep a lot of people in check over there. You know what I mean?
What do you think?
Try to get your pea brains to work hard enough to grasp my wonderfulness.
Listen.
Now,
This was in the 90s.
Mr.
Hey,
Wally
hold on.
George.
Wait a minute. I'm going to grasp your neck in a minute. Now I want to say,
Mr. Wally George calls out for the assassination of Saddam Hussein.
yeah, right on.
I say there has been enough killing. I say the murder of 250,000 sons and fathers and mothers and daughters in Iraq is enough. Let's stop the killing.
Wait a minute, wait
and
a
I say to you, Mr. George,
I mean, I know it's a bit, and I know he's supposed to be the heel, but looking back at this, was he the heel? Somebody says this isn't a sketch. It's not a sketch. Okay, it's like, think of like wrestling. It's like wrestling. This guy's always plays the heel, and Wally George is always a conservative guy. So that's what this is like. Like, he always plays the heel, but people that would just tune in would think it was real.
You should be terribly ashamed to spread a message to the children of this great land that we, as a government, can take the life of a fellow human being.
And I'm gonna
Are
answer
you
you.
ashamed?
Shut up.
Are you ashamed?
Hey, hold
answer
on.
me.
Wait a minute. Yes. Wait a minute. Wait. Yes. I am. I am ashamed to have a nitwit like him on my program. Now let me answer you. Let me answer this nerd right here. Okay. Saddam Hussein is guilty of the murder of millions of his own people.
I mean, so are we, though.
You know, even Adolf Hitler, Jim, did not gas his own people. Saddam Hussein has. Right now...
Is he selling me? Is he selling me on this? You're trying to sell me on Hitler, Wally?
The United Nations team has learned that he is still making plans to build nuclear, biological, chemical weapons to use on us.
For his own defense, Mr. George.
Defense, oh...
Mr. George is unaware of the fact that there are many peaceful uses for nuclear energy. You see, he's willing to try and convict and sentence to death a man who there is no proof that he's done anything wrong.
Oh, are you crazy?
Again, looking back at this is hilarious.
Yes, he made a mistake.
What about
he made a mistake months ago.
Wait a minute.
We don't know whether he's controlled by a whole group of other men in Iraq. Would you kill them all, Mr. George?
No.
Would you annihilate all of the government?
Let me ask you, if we had the opportunity before World War II to assassinate Adolf Hitler, wouldn't you have approved of that?
No.
I am not going to get into a comparison with another
yes,
era.
you are.
It's another
yes,
time.
you are.
The circumstances are different.
No, I'll tell you.
In the meantime, we have learned the value of life. Every life is important, including that of Saddam Hussein.
Wait a minute. Hold it. You idiot. Saddam Hussein has no regard for life. Not even.
You don't know
not
that.
Even the
you
the
do
life.
not know that. He has a wife and he has children.
I'm talking, Jim. Not even the lives of his own people. You know that Saddam Hussein gassed some of his own people who opposed him, and I say that makes him worse than Adolf Hitler.
Oh, okay, look, again, this is, I mean, you can't, you find, I know this is all a bit, so, but you still fall into it. Even knowing it's a bit, you still fall into it, you know?
Now let me ask you a question. Now let me say this, and I want you to answer this. I say, as long as Saddam Hussein remains alive, as long as he's there, he's going to continue. He'll wait as long as it takes, but he's going to try to get those nuclear weapons going again and his chemical weapons as soon as he can. He's going to use them against us and the rest of the world. And I say this world, our country, will not be safe until somebody blows him away.
Well, he's gone, and is our country safe?
How do you answer?
Ladies and gentlemen of this great land,
Oh, gee.
Wally George claims to be a Christian. He claims to be a Christian.
I
Ladies
am a
and
Christian.
gentlemen,
I am a
have
Christian.
brought with me this evening his holy Bible.
You better
This
not
is a
defame the Bible. You better not
I am
defame the
simply
Bible.
going to read from it. One of the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill, spoken by God to Moses.
Well, you seem to be, I mean, looking where you are, you're not in the Old Testament. You seem to be in the New Testament.
Jesus said, but I say to you, do not resist one who is evil. If one strikes you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. And he said, but I say to you,
Okay.
love your
Wait a
enemies. I say,
All right.
Mr. George,
Okay, hold
you
on.
are the world's biggest
Hold on. No,
hypocrite.
I'm
and
gonna-
I say to you, I am going to tear this up. And I say to you, you should wipe.
Whoa. Look, back then that was a really big deal. He ripped the page out of the Bible.
Stupid moron. dare to tear the pages of the Holy Bible, you dare, you are going to rot in hell forever. Do you hear me? In hell forever. You're going to rot in hell. You have committed. You have committed. Wait.
Without a trial.
Wait a minute.
Without a jury.
Wait a minute.
Has never been convicted of anything.
How do you justify your bloodlust with the words of your own Jesus? Just a minute. Just a minute. Big nose. Just a minute.
Big nose. Again, is that a Jew joke? Big nose?
He resorts to personal attack.
You have committed.
I stick to the issues.
You have committed an act of blasphemy by ripping pages from the Holy Bible, and I say you are the most despicable creature. And I.
But I am not a hypocrite.
We know.
I am not a hypocrite.
We know. We all know we're going to heaven. He's going straight to hell. Now I know. Now I know why. Now I know why you're supporting Saddam Hussein, because the guy is blasphemous. You don't believe in God, do you,
Well,
Jim?
see, since you believe in God, why aren't you calling out for perhaps Reverend Schuller or Billy Graham to go heal him? Your Lord has the power.
Billy Graham getting a shout out.
Why aren't you calling out for him to be healed? The man, Saddam Hussein, has deep psychological wounds.
Hold on, Jim.
He needs to be
Wait,
helped.
I'm going to answer you. Let me answer those quotes from this sacred Bible, and you will not get this back.
He played the role really well.
He says in the Bible...
You notice he did not directly answer my accusation.
I'm answering it now. Yes, Jesus said, turn the other cheek. You know what? George Bush has turned the other cheek to Saddam Hussein, not once, not twice, but 3 or 4 times. Jesus said, turn your cheek. He didn't say, turn it forever, did he? Okay, I say, we have turned our cheek long enough. We've offered him love long enough. Now it's time to get rid of him. I'll be right back.
Time to get rid of him. This is great. We can watch a few more. It's Friday. We don't watch movies anymore anyway, so we can do some of this. This is great.
I want to apologize to the millions of viewers who watch this show for the horrifying, blasphemous thing that this little pitiful creature did by defiling, by ripping up pages from the Holy Bible, which is made up of the Word of God. And I say, I apologize.
He is the defiler because he is the one that believes in it on one hand and yet calls for the death of a human being on the other.
Saddam Hussein is not a human being. He's a living animal, isn't he?
You see, it's that attitude that a man is not a man but an animal that leads me to say I believe there's some
I'm sure they got calls, but the problem is that this show was just a public access show, you know?
racism involved here, too.
Oh,
you see,
stupid.
if Saddam Hussein were a Caucasian, I don't believe he would be calling for his death. In fact, I challenge you, name me a living Caucasian that you have called for the outright murder of.
Adolf Hitler.
Oh, he's living?
Well,
Oh, he got him there. He got him there.
A living human being.
There
like
is nobody.
Saddam Hussein.
There is nobody at the present.
Yes.
I like how the camera guys even just do it with jeans and a tank top. The camera looks like it's just in his audience.
Despicable.
He is a racist.
There is nobody that despicable. This rodent.
My
this
point
rodent,
is made.
This rodent.
You shut your mouths. You shut your mouths out there. I'll have to take this shit.
Shut up.
I don't have to take this shit. Yeah, public access was crazy, man. You could do whatever you wanted.
Sit down in your chair. Sit down in your chair.
I love the fucking cop that's there too. It's great.
Stand behind him. If this guy makes one more move, okay. Stand on the floor. Okay. Now, let me hold it, gang. Hold it up in the eyes, please. Now, you know, Jim, at the end of the war we had with Saddam Hussein, he agreed to the world that he would dismantle all his nuclear and chemical plants, and he would cease any plans to produce such weapons in the future. He lied.
Not really, because did we ever find the weapons?
to the entire world. So this man cannot be trusted. He did indeed go ahead. He did not dismantle any of his chemical plants or nuclear plants, and he does have plans, as the UN observers found, to make more nuclear and chemical warheads. And so I say, for the good of this nation and the entire world, yes, we must remove this cancer for the good of humanity.
There is no good that can come from the taking of a life. I have a plan that will work. I advocate that we send a true peace force over, headed by the esteemed Senator Ted Kennedy.
Oh! Ted Kennedy gets a shout out. Let me play some of these donations here. Let's see.
Whoa! Look at Dave.
Hearing the Oven Dodger comments come up again made me go back and watch these.
Oh, the Mel.
I love Mel.
Oh, the Mel Gibson stuff, yeah.
You know.
That's not.
You know.
That's not none of your fucking business. What
It is. They look stupid. I'm just telling you. It's just an appraisal. Keep them if you want. Look stupid. See if I give a fuck. You know, but they're too big and they look stupid. They look like some Vegas bitch. They look like a Vegas whore.
God, remember those?
Whoa! Look at Dave.
Based.
Yes. Somebody called the base department. Let's see what's the next one? Well, we'll play that. All right, let's see.
Whoa! Look at Dave.
What happens if a NY protester ends up in Missouri?
Probably nothing good. I can tell you that. We'll play the video. I pulled it up. We'll play it.
Whoa! Look at Dave.
Morning Doggy, the show that spawned Family Guy. A lot of the same jokes too.
All right.
Rife with fresh challenges for a bold, brash young whippersnapper like myself. Mr. Sulu, a head warp 9.
We will definitely check it out.
Eat? Oh, yes. I don't know. It's some kind of like space jerky or something, I guess. You know, yeah, because they're obviously.
Oh yeah, Life of Larry. Yeah, that was Seth MacFarlane also.
And by the esteemed Reverend Jesse Jackson and other true peacemakers.
Esteemed Reverend Jesse Jackson. He knows how to hit on all the points.
Oh, hey,
Let them sit
down and talk to Mr. Hussein about love, about understanding, about reason, and about peace. I believe they could construct a situation where we would have centuries of peace in the Middle East.
Can you believe that? Oh, hey, you know what? Hey, that's a great idea. Hey, hold on. Send Teddy Kennedy over there, and he and Saddam Hussein can get drunk together. Maybe
we must consider the value of all life, including that of Mr. Hussein.
No.
Although this one there might be a question about.
Oh, jeez. Wait, it's my show. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Don't. You're risking that finger by pointing it at me. I'll reach over there and rip it right off.
This guy played the fucking best heel. It's amazing.
Oh, gee. You stupid little runt. If you weren't so pitiful, I would laugh out loud, but I feel sorry for you because, hey, his wife has this to look forward to every night.
I just wonder where they got this audience. Like, were they just like, because they're all like young kids and stuff. I can't imagine they were big. I think they knew what was going on. Kind of like wrestling marks, like Smarks, where they know what's happening.
Can you imagine?
And she loves every second of it.
Can you imagine his wife waiting for this to come home every night? What I'm saying is, just like
free beer. Probably, you're probably right. Free beer or free food.
Hold it. Just like we put to death convicted first-degree murderers who kill people
after a trial.
Hold on.
After a jury trial.
Hold on. I'm talking now. I'm talking now.
Mr. George.
We know all the facts. We know that he invaded Kuwait. We know he tortured people in Kuwaiti hospitals. We know he had his soldiers rape and mutilate females and children before their families' eyes. You know, he even sent his troops into the hospitals of Kuwait and ripped out the cords from the little tiny babies in their incubators. That's the kind of man he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we must step back a moment and think beyond the brutality that Mr. George advocates. I have been, for instance...
Funk Farmer, why was that business again? Because, man, try to kill his dad. Like, it's an old Chappelle skit. Nigga, try to kill my father.
Studying the men's movement lately. And it's a well-known fact. It is a well-known fact that fathers have a profound effect on their sons. And it's also a well-known fact that Saddam Hussein had a brutal father. I think we need to look in that area and understand the man's problems and help him solve them.
Maybe, Jim, if you study the men's movement longer, you'll learn to be a man.
The incubator story was made up. Yeah, I know. You can read about that. The incubator story there was a lot of stuff that was made up. I mean, just like in the second time we went there.
Now, you see, the one mistake we made in this confrontation we had with Saddam Hussein is, I say, we ended the war 24 hours too soon. We had Saddam Hussein on the ropes. I think before we called this off, we had him on the ropes. We should not have stopped when we.
Somebody send me that incubator one. I'll play it. I can't find it.
We should have spent 24 hours more rolling our tanks into Baghdad. Wait a minute. Going into. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
He is a death merchant.
Let me finish. Yeah.
I love the cop fucking grabbing his arm. Or fake cop. Obviously, that you can tell that looks like a fucking drugstore cop outfit.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Let me tell you what I was trying to say, you idiot. What I'm saying is this: if we had kept that war going for 24 hours more, we could have rolled the troops into Baghdad, searched every building, found Saddam Hussein, arrested him as a war criminal, and have him stand trial.
Really? Well, I mean, it took long enough, but they got him. And it's even worse over there.
But now it's too late. Now it's too late for that. Now the only thing we can do is go in there and blast him off the face of the earth. Let's go to the audience. All right, let's go to the audience and bring up our first questioner. Come on up, please. Yes. Can I have your name and your statement question?
My name is Elizabeth Schultz.
Yes, Elizabeth.
I just have something to say before I ask my question.
Okay.
By getting to Saddam Hussein, we will be saving millions of people.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Man, everyone really, and it wasn't so, I mean, it was politically divided, but for the most part, it wasn't like that.
Millions of lives, right.
A self-appointed expert on world events. I congratulate you on your vast knowledge.
Well,
I don't want your congratulations.
So what she's saying is, so then are you agreeing with her when we eliminate Saddam Hussein?
Let her ask the question.
She just said, when we eliminate Saddam Hussein, we'll be saving millions of lives.
Asking her question.
What
is your question?
I want to know how you can justify Saddam Hussein's actions by the Bible.
How can you justify killing a human being?
How can you
answer the question?
Shut up! Don't you dare! Don't you dare threaten that woman! You are an ignorant and depraved old man.
Get off the podium.
Stay right there. Stay right. Stay right.
So you gave me the incubator story. Hold on.
This is Democracy Now. Democracy Now.
Starts at 2:25. All right. Oh, yeah, I definitely remember this. Hold on. Let's see here.
It's the second week after an invasion. I volunteered at the Aladan Hospital with 12 other women who wanted to help as well. I was the youngest volunteer. The other women were from 20 to 30 years old. While I was there, I saw the Iraqi soldiers come into the hospital with guns. They took the babies out of the incubators, and left the children to die on the cold floor.
Yeah, they were always saying this was a setup. It was ambassador's daughter. It was a whole thing.
It was horrifying. I could not help but think of my nephew.
Nayyirah's testimony was rebroadcast across the country and marked a turning point in public opinion on going to war.
Yep.
President George H.W. Bush repeatedly cited her claims.
They had kids in incubators, and they were thrown out of the incubators so that Kuwait could be systematically dismantled.
3 months after Nayyirah testified, President George H.W. Bush launched the invasion of Iraq.
Desert Storm.
But it turned out Nayyirah's claims weren't true. No human rights group or news outlet could confirm what she said. It also turned out Nayyirah was not just any Kuwaiti teenager. She was the daughter of the Kuwaiti ambassador to the United States, Saad Nasir al-Sabah. She had been coached by the public relations firm Hill & Knowlton, which was working for the Kuwaiti government. We're joined now by the journalist who first revealed Nayyirah's identity, Rick MacArthur, the president.
Because everyone talks about the second time we went in there was no weapons of mass destruction, but the first time we went in there was also based on a lie.
President and publisher of Harper's Magazine, the author of the book Second Front, Censorship and Propaganda in the 1991 Gulf War. I mean, so, you know, as we said, this is a turning point. You have this teenager, this girl saying she witnessed this, that Iraqi soldiers came into Kuwait and ripped babies out of Kuwaiti incubators. But she was only referred to as Nayyirah at the time of the testimony. It wasn't Nayyirah al-Sabah, so you would know that she is the daughter of the Kuwaiti ambassador who also testified in that hearing.
Correct. That's all part of the propaganda plan, is to maintain her anonymity, to protect her and her family against reprisals in Kuwait. That was the cover story. But of course, nobody bothered to try to find out who she really was. They just bought the story hook, line, and sinker, even though...
Yeah, they did. They did. And it was basically Kuwait working with the U.S. to try to get the U.S. in there to save them or to help them.
At the time, there were a couple of human rights investigators who were becoming suspicious. I got onto the trail after the war, unfortunately, and was able to run down what really had happened, which was that Hill & Knowlton selected her as a persuasive witness to this atrocity, and it was all part of a campaign to turn
Cesar Tawana Brawley. Yeah, that's a good point.
Hussein, at least in the public consciousness, into Adolf Hitler. And the feeling was that they couldn't sell the Gulf War without this. In other words, they had to cheat to win. And that's what interests me about the eulogies for George Bush. He's being presented now as this paragon of kind of WASP respectability and integrity, old school, when in fact he had a violent side to him.
Well, yeah, he was CIA. He was CIA is what he was. Sorry, back to the fun stuff.
Right there. Let me tell you, Elizabeth, you have more brains in your little finger than he has in his whole stupid head. Okay, next, yes. Okay, yes, sir. Okay.
My name's Raymond Thomas.
Yes, Raymond.
And I got a question for you. Okay, I kind of got two questions.
Raymond, what if Saddam Hussein were your father?
I'm asking you the question.
Hey,
You're not
asking
asking
the question,
me.
old man. Shut up.
I'm asking you the question.
Go ahead, pal. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, how can you mix religion by pulling out the Bible and mixing it in with the subject of politics?
Well, first of all, I'll do any damn thing I please.
Oh, no, you won't. Oh, no, you won't. Because you're out.
Because you're out of here.
Wait a minute. He asked me. No, I got another question.
Because you're out of here.
Can't have it for
I'm
next
not betting
week.
anything.
$10,000 bet, okay? Are you on?
No, I'm not on.
Are you on?
Where would
As being the grand wizard of the coup.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This one's
Are
good.
you on?
Where would I?
Will you wager?
Wally, that never happened.
Contact Associated Press. I am talking here. Last week.
Hold on, I'm trying to. All right, this next one's great. KKK guy.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm talking now. It is well known and documented, and I have pictures in my office.
You had them, you'd have them in your hand, Wally.
No.
You don't have them in your hands, so you don't have them.
They've been in countless
Hey, well, where are
countless magazines.
Show me.
Everybody is
Show me, Wally.
There was a picture in Newsweek magazine last week showing.
You know, Senator G.
I am talking here.
Senator G.
I am talking here. Wait, do you understand? Just shut it. I mean it. I mean it now. I mean it. Shut your mouth.
Okay, Wally.
Now, I am talking here. Don't you dare try to override me, or you'll never be on this program again.
Well, that's not true. You have like 3 actors. You'll definitely be on again.
Now, don't try to avoid this. There are pictures.
I have never seen them.
I have seen many of them.
I have never seen a one of them.
Contact Newsweek.
I've looked for them.
I've
been to the library researching.
I'll tell you.
I've never seen a single picture of David Duke running across.
Contact Newsweek magazine. Contact Associated Press. Contact UPI, and they will give you the pictures that I saw of David Duke in his Klan
Dr. David Duke.
robes leading a cross burning on the lawn of a black family. Do you go along with that?
I don't believe that for a second. That never happened.
How much do you want to? How much will you wager?
Wally,
how much will you wager that I cannot bring me? Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Make up something else.
Wait a minute.
Let's talk about
hold on,
the
Lance.
issues,
Wait a
Wally.
minute, Lance. How much will you wager that next week I cannot come down here and produce a photograph from the UPI
Wally,
showing David
you
Duke
could produce
in
it.
his
You'd have
robes?
it in hand right now.
How much do you want to bet that I can't have it for next week?
I'm not betting anything.
$10,000 bet. Okay. Are you on?
No, I'm not on.
Are you on?
Where would I get $10,000 from?
I knew
Where
it.
would I get $10,000
Well,
from,
if you
Wally?
thought I was wrong, then you take the bet.
No.
See, that's it. He's an idiot, isn't he?
You know, Senator Duke, he's motivated by desire to see equal rights and justice for all Americans.
Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is.
He thinks blacks and Jews are inferior.
He does not.
Hates the
Now, who's this gentleman?
Jews, hates the blacks.
He's never said that.
He certainly has, as being the grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
I'm a Catholic, and I support David Duke.
Oh.
This is great.
Boy. All right. Go ahead. What else? What wonderful things has David Duke done for America?
Oh, David Duke's got a recipe for success in the state of Louisiana, that's for
No,
sure.
what has he done?
He
What has he
wants
done?
He wants to put these welfare cheats on notice that they're going to have to take a drug test before they pick up their checks. And all these welfare mothers that run straight with their welfare check to the dope man are going to have to get straight.
See,
Well, I mean, man, you know, you think maybe a lot has changed, but I mean, a lot of the talking points pretty much are the same, right?
Yeah, that's right. Come on, a little more applause out
Never
there.
mind.
Great idea,
No,
right?
all right.
Yeah,
You
you know,
see,
I
here-
conducted a survey, Wally. I conducted a survey of over 500 Americans where I read David Duke's platform to him before reading his name, and 100% agreed with
Okay,
everything David
very
Duke has
good.
to say.
Exactly right. You
That's
know-
right. So
Now,
in America, we
I'll
believe.
I'll answer that.
Kuiper time travel. Yeah, you're right.
I will answer that.
David Duke is a Christian.
I'll answer that. Shut up.
He doesn't have to answer to you.
I'll answer that. Shut your mouth.
He does not have
Shut
to
your
answer
mouth.
to you, Wally
Shut
George.
your mouth. Shut.
David Duke does not have to answer to Wally George.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? I said, shut your mouth. Now, I am the host here. I'm going to answer you. The reason he says things, you see, people like...
Most Americans agree with
I am
Senator
talking.
Duke.
Did you hear what I said? I am talking.
Hey, I'm
You
shivering.
are a repulsive
I'm
little
shivering.
jackass. You know that?
Ooh.
Now, I'm finishing here. You see, what candidates like David Duke and Tom Metzger do, they are very clever. When they run for political office, they push all the right buttons, they say all the things that people want to hear, and then once they get elected, then they do their vicious deeds. Am I right?
Yep.
It was George Bush that told a bunch of lies before he got into office, and then he
Also
turned
true.
into a Democrat on us.
Let's go to the audience. Come on, let's get our.
Then he went and turned Democrat. Look again, man. It's things come full circle like this. It's very funny.
First people in. Okay, go ahead. Yes, can
my
I have
name
your
is
name,
Robert
please?
From Westminster.
What's your first name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert.
Okay.
Good evening, Robert.
Good evening, Lance.
Let him.
Hey, I just want to talk you, bozo the clown looking, Pee Wee Herman looking, weed whacker head.
Oh, Wee Whacker Head and Pee Wee Herman ref. Nice. So is Jenna Marbles being canceled going to wake up some people about the BS of cancel culture? Will take popular YouTubers to get. No, it won't. It won't.
That took a lot of courage. That took a lot of courage, Robert. That took a lot of courage.
Listen.
I appreciate that in a man.
Let him talk.
I appreciate that in a man.
Let him talk.
Come on, now let's
Let him
Shut
talk.
up, Pee Wee. Let me talk. Let me talk, Pee Wee. Okay. I just want to say this
Let's hear the substance.
about what David Duke.
Quit with the ad hominem attacks and let's hear the substance.
I just want to know if David Duke will really get elected into the office of governor. What do you think it will be more cross burnings and everything being kind of like going up
I think
against
more welfare mothers. I think more
Imagine if David Duke became the governor.
welfare mothers had to give up their drugs for the month, and their children to be raised properly, and the kids won't turn into gang members and terrorize the streets of America. That's what I think will happen.
I don't think so, because a man like David Duke, he should be in Forsyth County, Georgia, where he belongs.
Yeah,
That's where all those bigots be. That's where all the bigots be.
You sound like a bigot to me, Robert.
That's where all the bigots be.
You sound like a bigot to me.
Yes, next, yes. Okay, yes, yes.
You a JB Hunt driver?
Yes, go ahead.
My name is
I'm a
Patrick
truck driver also.
from Los Alamitos. That's good.
Okay, go ahead.
My question
Quiet
is,
down, please. Yes. Quiet down, please. Yes.
what do you think about the mainstream America accepting a person like David Duke
As president.
as
I think
president
David Duke represents the mainstream of America, not the country club conservatives
Let me
like
ask-
George Bush.
Country Club Conservatives. We should bring that back. I like that.
Let me ask him as a truck driver, do you think David Duke represents mainstream
That's not Jay Leno.
America?
No, personally, I don't think he does.
God, he really does look like Jay Leno, though, doesn't he?
I think he means to separate America and have us at each other's
I'd be
throats.
willing to wager.
And I think it's people like you
I'd be willing to
who
wager
create
that
the
if
ill
you
wills
read
in America, and you should be thrown out
I'd be willing to
altogether
wager that if
out
you
of this country.
platform,
And I think you should be eliminated. Get out of this country. Absolutely.
Country Club Conservatives.
This country was built on.
Not Jeff Bridges. It's like it is a mix, though. You're right. Of Jeff Bridges and Jay Leno. Jay Bridges.
Many people.
I'm an American.
You are an idiot, and you're out of here.
Take him out.
Get him out.
Get him out of here.
Get him out.
Get out of here.
Oh, look at that. That guy's the other actor playing a bailiff. This is a bit, right? Yeah, of course. For those coming in late, yeah, this is a bit. So, again, this show was on public access, Wally George Hot Seat. You'll see a lot of the same people playing different characters. It was real in terms of that they formed like a talk show, but it was like a wrestling thing. It was like a bit. Just what an amazing show. But is the audience in on a bit? I don't know. I mean, I figure his audience is probably like wrestling audiences. You know what I mean? Where some of them are and some of them aren't. If that makes sense.
Here's your chance to talk back to Wally. Talk back to me. This is our special number. You can call right now and leave me a personal message. I'll listen to your message.
A 900 number. Nice.
Whoa! Look at Dave.
Just beat The Last of Us 2 and I encountered a great character. He is Jewish and Chinese. Here's some dialogue.
Cool. What about
a
Lenny
Chinese
Kravitz?
Jew? Yeah, that. Oh, the rain was so wrong at the bank today.
Come down.
Oh, where is my allergy medicine?
I love these nuanced ass characters.
Messages, and I'll listen to your comments, and I may play them back on my show. You can also hear a special message from me just for you. A message too hot for TV. Glad to get rid of that punk. How about you?
Too hot for TV, baby.
Hey, in case David Duke is watching back in Louisiana, hey, David, this is what I think about you, pal.
Whoa! David Duke never recovered. Oh, wait, he's still around?
David Duke, in my humble opinion, is a disgrace to the United States of America.
All right, Alex Jones. This is before Alex Jones, too.
Of disgraces, we have another disgrace coming up in a moment. But first, let me remind you that we do love to hear from you. We'll put our address up. Oh, no, okay, we'll do the phone number first. Okay, Jeff, no problem. I do what my director says. Here's the phone number to call for your free hot seat tickets. Now, if you're in the Southern California area, this is our magic hot seat number. You can call right now. Our hot seat operator is standing by right now to take your requests for your free hot seat tickets. Call area code 714-772-7600, 772-7600 right now. The tickets are free. We tape record the show here in Anaheim, about a block from Disneyland here in Southern California, every Wednesday evening at approximately 6 p.m. And we'd love to have you come down here and be members of my studio audience. You'll love it, won't they? Huh?
So that's how you got tickets. I guess they weren't picking up people from the street.
So call right now for your free hot seat tickets. Give your name, your telephone number, and how many tickets you...
He didn't care for Duke. I can only guess who his producer was. No, again, all of this is... We don't really know what he believed. All of this was a show.
You want? With the area code, please. Area code 714-772-7600. Call right now for your free hot seat tickets. Now, our address coming up right here. If you want to write to me, wherever you are across America, I want to hear from you. Tell me what city you're watching us in, what your affiliate station is. And if you want a free autograph picture, I'd be very glad to send one out to you, absolutely free. And love to hear from you. Also, you may want to come down and debate me on some particular issue. If you're 18 years of age or older, you want to come down and challenge me on some issue, let me know, and maybe we'll invite you to come down here, include your telephone number. My address is Wally George, P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California, 90078. That's P.O.
You want to
Box
send him a letter.
787.
I think he died. I'm pretty sure he died.
Hollywood, California, 90078. Let me hear from you. I read every letter. I answer every one. I keep the good ones and I burn the bad ones, but we keep them all, okay? All right, now, zip, that's it. Now let me bring on one of our regular idiots, and he has some bimbo.
Yeah, he died in 2003.
To aid his cause. Here to defend.
Have you seen Crossballs yet?
The
You should
ludicrous
reboot it.
Reverend Jimmy Swaggart is Jimmy Myers. Here he is. Here we are.
Same guy again. Comes out with a wrestling valet and everything.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Just sit down.
I will sit down when I am damn good and ready, Mr.
Hey, wait. What are you doing?
Because the man in front of me was infected with every disease known to man, I'm very sure.
Uh-oh. Dude, it really...
You have.
Will you sit? What is that?
It's a vacuum.
Let me see that.
You leave it alone. It's not your business.
Sit in your chair. Sit in your chair.
I'll stand, I'll sit, I'll do any damn thing I want.
Do you want to leave the show right now, buddy? Now, first of all, let me tell the people. Let me tell. Hold down the audience, please. Hold down the audience. Quiet in the audience. Quiet in the audience. Quiet down. This idiot is here tonight to defend the Reverend Jimmy Swaggart, who has disgraced religion in America with his antics involving prostitutes and so forth. And I can't believe that you would defend an idiot like that and say that he has the right to preach in his pulpit. I say he should be...
So Jimmy Swaggart fuck bitches. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Kicked out of the church right now. How can you defend him?
If I may have your permission, my fellow citizens, I want to speak to you tonight, and it may be the most important television show you've ever watched. Men, put down your beers, wipe the crackers off your fat bellies.
Will you
and
hurry
listen
up?
closely. Women, take off your curlers, take the wrinkle cream out of your eyes, and pay close attention. You have been lied to about sex. You have been lied to about religion. All religion that is God-based, including Christianity, is about repression of our animal urges.
Oh,
it is about
geez.
controlling us. It is about fear.
Wait a minute,
It is about guilt.
Wait a minute.
And I would like to announce the formation of a church that can save the future of this great land. I call it the Church of Universal Pleasure.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm kind of with the heel here.
And it is based on 4 truths. Shut up! It is based on truth.
Now, hold on. Wait a minute.
This will always be real to my 13-year-old self. Did you used to watch it? Did any of you actually watch this live? Because some of you were saying you did. Did some of you live in Southern California and watch some of this? He had little commercials. Hold on, I want to get to these commercials.
500. 5,000. She's
Oh, this is a 900 commercial in between his show.
there. 500. So close. 5,000. Just reach out. 500, 5,000. Only $5 a minute. All day and all night. Just call 1-900. 500, 5,000. Adults only. She's waiting for you.
Hey, for the best burgers
$5 a minute. $5 a minute.
in Southern California, get on over to Time Out Burgers in Anaheim and Whittier. You'll find a complete, delightful selection of great
Live
food
read.
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Mention Wally George, get a special Wally bonus. You get a free autographed photo of yours truly with your order. Time Out Burgers, 201 North State College Boulevard in Anaheim, 13637 Leffingwell Avenue in Whittier. I'll tell you, it is my favorite hangout. I'll see you at Time Out Burgers, and be sure to mention Wally George sent you. Thank you.
With each new day, we prepare to be tested by people who wonder what separates us from the ordinary dealer. We're your regional Ford headquarters, Galpin Ford Lincoln Mercury, with an inventory so vast, even dealers buy from us.
Galpin.
Most everything Ford makes, we sell. Make the drive and put us to the test. You'll find it getting more.
One of our liberal regulars, and here he is he's supporting prisoners having sex in jail. Hold on. Here's this idiot, Jim Myers. Here he is.
Yes, yes, in Social, this was filmed in OC Orange County Public TV, Coastal County, which explains the radical surfer dudes and conservative audience. Okay, makes sense.
Sit down there.
Keep your hands off me. I'll stand, I'll sit, I'll do exactly what I want, when I want, and where I want.
First, hey, wait,
I have an opening comment.
Wait a minute. I have one thing to say. I have one thing to say first, Big Beak.
Big Beak. Oof.
If you attempt to shout me down during this program, I will take your skinny little buns and kick them in the alley.
Is he wearing a wig, Executor? You think he is?
No.
I think you're right. I think he might be wearing a wig.
What is...
I would just like to say that this vile, rude skeleton of a man disgusts me to the very core of my being. He is against everything that is great about this.
It's kind of like what Phil Henry used to do, except on video. And Phil Henry would do both of the voices.
This nation, and I urge each of you out there to right this minute, get a pencil and a paper, and I want you to write this despicable maggot. You tell him to go back to the sewer that spawned him.
It's a Lego wig.
Wait a minute. You tell him to gather his band of fascist, Nazi, Christian.
Now he's a Nazi. Before he was shitting on David Dukesy. Now for this bit, he's a Nazi.
And go somewhere else. I want to finish my comment.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. We're going to do an interview. Understand that?
He fucking grabbed his tie.
Now we are here. He would turn us into a nation of albino eunuchs.
No, hold on.
No minorities, no pleasure, no sex, and slavish loyalty to a repressive, brutal government.
We are here to do it. Hey, we are here to debate this issue. And if you don't want to conduct a debate, then you might as well leave right now, because I'm sick and tired of looking at you in the first place.
Oof. Get him.
This nation deserves to know the truth.
I'm starting this debate. First of all, I was shocked and dismayed to learn about what happened in this prison involving former Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry. He's in jail on a cocaine
Marion Barry, remember that?
Charge, by the way. And in the visiting room of this jail, a woman who was visiting him in front of countless other visitors, including children, a woman performed oral sex on him.
I don't remember this. Did this really happen?
Now
Oh, and he was reelected.
You have the audacity. You have the audacity, you garbage brain, to say that you think that was perfectly all right, don't you, Jim?
He's only telling half the story. The real truth is that he begged the brutal guards to allow him some privacy so he could release the hot, pulsing urges that course through his body. He had to seek release, and they would not give him privacy. What else was he to do? He was forced to sit there and release himself among strangers.
He would have been Governor Crackhead, would it, he says.
Audience, right now,
It is the police and it is the system at fault, not the poor, honorable male man, Marion Barry. What else was he to do? The prisons are at
Jim,
fault.
hold on. Jim,
you see,
Jim,
if you want
wait a minute, I'm
prisoners
talking here,
to
Jim.
return to this
Jim,
society
I am talking here.
as productive
Jim,
citizens,
you've had
they
enough time.
must be allowed to have sex
I
in
am
prison.
talking here. Now, listen. What I'm saying, you are completely falsifying this whole thing. Marion Barry had this thing performed in front of countless visitors in this prison.
He begged for privacy.
He had no privacy.
That's correct. So what was he to do? You see, people should be allowed to have sex in prisons. There should be special rooms set up so inmates like Marion could have guests come in. There would be lotions. There would be towels.
There would be lotions and towels.
There would be devices to allow them to get rid of the urges that build up within them.
Wait a minute. Are you saying to me, are you saying to me that every inmate in jail, including first-degree murderers on death row, should be allowed to have sex in jail?
They are human beings, and sex is a basic need for every human being on this earth. You see, what he advocates is unconstitutional. It is cruel and unusual punishment not to allow the citizens of our jails and prisons to have sex with each other or with guests whenever they want. And if it's in front of people, then it
He says, I wish it was in the audience.
is up to people to turn their heads.
I say this. Convicted criminals who are serving time behind bars should not certainly ever have the right to have sex with anybody.
They're going to do it anyway with each other.
You say, hold on, Jim, wait, I want to make a statement here. Prisons are not supposed to be pleasure palaces. Prisons are there to punish criminals for what they have done to society. They are not there to have...
Play this donation here.
Whoa! Look at Dave.
Viva l'audace.
Thank you. Oh, yep. Q from Enterprise.
People on the panel.
Whoa! Look at Dave.
I am just Sam, a rickhead.
People on the panel to react.
So I was embarrassed by what people, by the way that I lost. Because the next big thing is automation. And
Come down again.
Whoa! Look at Dave.
I ain't been home in a day recently. I celebrate with fivers. Take care, Royce.
Cal Worthington Ford social commercial jingle, Pussy Cal. Actually, Go See Cal stayed on air forever. A Homestead Vato Wally's is firm SA. Okay.
Fun, am I right?
It is obvious to me, Mr. George, that your ideas about sex prove that you are sexually dysfunctional. You see, this man would never have these Cro-Magnon attitudes if he was a healthy sexual being. His own frustrations, his own failures have led to his backward views about a most basic, a most wholesome activity among healthy human beings. It is only perverts and failures like this man who have such backward attitudes.
Let me say this about you. Hey,
and I see some dysfunctional people in this audience also.
Ooh, going after the audience. What a heel move.
They have failed again to have
Thank you, King Spray. Keep what you're doing. Thank you. Really, $50. Really appreciate it.
healthy, normal sex, and there they are.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me say this. Hold in the audience. Let me say this. If Jim Myers thinks that they should allow prisoners to have sex in jail, then I say if they do this, Jim should hold up a bank somewhere so they can put him in jail, because that's the only where he would ever get any sex. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm not against the heel on this one. I'm not going to disagree. I like the heel on this one.
Now, Jim, the most honored guest in the history of this show, I might add.
Please.
By far the most intelligent.
Now, let me tell you something. Hold it down.
And I pray that you agree with me and understand his true nature.
Yeah, what my true nature is. I can't.
Repressed homosexual.
I'm talking here. Shut up.
Got blown out on his own show and calls him an incel. That's pretty much what happened.
We're conducting a conversation here. Do you want to do a conversation, or do you want me to talk by myself?
Then converse with me,
Then
Mr.
shut your
George.
stupid little mouth.
You know, you're looking for trouble.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit in your chair.
He's trying to create a disturbance, and it's annoying me, as I'm sure it's annoying you.
We are conducting an interview here, a debate. Now, here's what I'm saying. How can you possibly think it is right for convicted criminals of rape, of murder, of child molestation, and the like, that they should be able to be entertained in any way, whether it be sex or watching color television or anything else? I say, how can you be saying that these kind of scummy individuals, perverts, child molesters, killers, why do you think they should have any kind of
shut
pleasure?
up, I'll tell you.
Well, then answer me.
Once again, we see the closed little world that this poor, pathetic old man exists in. He doesn't realize that in prisons, the males dominate one another using sexual anal intercourse to relieve their urges. Right now, people kill one another.
HMS is gaslighting. I don't think he's talking about murders and rape. See, even though this is all bit, you still get into it, right? And you root for one side. I'm on the heel on this one, I think.
Over sex. There is hostility. There is rage. There is an outlandish attitude among all criminals in prisons about sex. They crave it. They lust for it. They must have it,
Jim,
and they should be
wait a
allowed
minute.
to have
What
it.
I'm saying is, I'm not just talking about sex, you stupid pervert. I'm talking. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I will wait a minute as soon as I ask you a question.
No, you will not. I'm running this show. Now,
With
I
your
tell
wig.
you this. We're not just talking about sex, you little weasel. We are talking about
Eat your heart out, Jerry Springer.
any kind of pleasure or entertainment. Why, and you would refuse to answer me this, why should convicted murderers or child molesters or rapists or whatever, why should they have any form of pleasure? They are there to be punished
I will
for their
answer
crime.
you.
Now why?
If
Not
you
just
will
sex.
shut up,
Not
I
just
will
sex.
answer you.
Any form of pleasure. I
This
say they should have no form of pleasure whatsoever.
This man would return us to medieval times. In the 20th century, Mr. George, prisons should be areas where people can get back into society from. You would have them die there, distraught, broke, sexually unable to perform. I say let them flourish. And sex is certainly one of
We're
the
back to
seeds
sex
of
again.
growth.
I'm not talking about
Sex is
why
one of
don't
the
you
basic
answer my
pleasures of life.
Do you know?
I want inmates to return to society as healthy, participating, productive citizens. He wants them to rot there. And I think he should be sent away to a prison himself for about 10 years.
That's exactly
and
right.
He would be raped the first day.
I want them to rot there, and I want him to rot there with them.
He'll be raped the first day. Sorry I'm not talking so much. Let's really get into these things. They're great, right?
You see, Jim, I represent the vast majority of Americans in this country who believe that when prisoners commit heinous crimes, when criminals are sent to jail
I love that Juan Epstein is in the chat now.
for terrible, terrible things, they should not have any form of entertainment. Do you know, as we speak, Charles Manson, one of the worst ever, do you know that he has...
Was he the worst?
And murderers like him have colored televisions and stereos in their jails, and you approve of that,
Let's not
don't
listen
you?
to him ramble on anymore. We are talking
You're
about
right. You know that it's a bit, but then you watch it and you're really into it, right?
sex
No,
in
we're not.
prison.
We're talking
yes,
about-
we are. Marion
I'm
Barry
conducting the
had
show
sex
here.
performed on him, and that's the subject. Yes, he should
are
have been
not-
allowed
wait a
to
minute.
have sex in that visitor's
You are
tank.
not conducting this show. You're out of here.
I'll be out of here when I want to. It's not my time.
The cop pulling him out's always the best part. Who's this guy?
I am the. Let me present our first victim on the hot seat, and he's here to defend
Hair game tighter than Rob Blokovich? Yeah.
Saddam Hussein, Jim Myers.
This guy again? No, this is a repeat?
That you, as stupid and ridiculous as you are, would have the audacity to defend that murdering tyrant Saddam Hussein.
I think with this, maybe they brought him back. I mean, it was a big topic at the time, so it makes sense. Wally George, by the way, if you want to find the stuff on there. I'm probably going to rock out one more thing here, because I know yesterday I said I got to take care of my tires. They didn't have the ones I needed, so I have to go put them on here in a little bit. But let's play one more segment, okay? One more segment. here we go. It's really good, right? Wally George stuff.
Seabass here out card narking, and sometimes we're out on the streets, you know, if you find random things. Hi, there's a guy masturbating over here. What you doing, sir? Hello?
Jesus.
You shouldn't be masturbating in public. No, I gotta talk about it, because there's like kids and stuff. Feet? You use any lube?
I don't know what to do anymore. I'm bored.
What's that?
I'm bored.
You're bored? Oh, you got some conditioner from a hotel there. What's that? You hate me so much.
Love you more so.
We should only be I mean, self-love is fine.
Dude, how do I get a blonde and not change
Thank you,
up
Barack John
everything
Obama.
she lied?
What about blonde women?
I have to have a threesome or some shit. And it's all about who wants to be the biggest mistress. And I'm just like, dude, like...
Well, this guy's mentally ill.
A threesome would be fantastic, but let's not masturbate in public, shall we?
Dude, now that I want it, I'm giving up. Like,
giving up on what? Can't you like go under a bridge or something?
Yes. When's the bus get here?
I don't know, but...
Dude, I agree with you. Keep talking.
Jerk off a clock? Just kidding, that's a little humor. I'm with the cart narcs, by the way. I usually don't bust public masturbators. We usually bust people who leave their carts out, but...
Yeah, cart narcs, so that's what they do. If you leave your cart out at a grocery store, they come and bring your cart back and confront you. That's their thing. And they actually do pretty well. I mean, 72,000 subscribers.
I agree with you. I agree with your education, too.
All right, well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. No more masturbating, okay?
At least you have the proof. Documented.
You promise, right?
Not like I'm yeah, promise you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Wait. Okay.
Let me do something for you. I'll give you $1 if you promise not to stop masturbating.
I'm going to ask you the truth. In the location, what is private?
Well, I would say in the corner of a...
like the knowledge that is...
Okay, what is private?
So this knowledge that comes from men doesn't come from her again.
All right.
Oh, yeah, he's
I would say
definitely
the
mentally
corner of
ill.
a drugstore parking lot is not private for masturbating. No more public masturbating, okay?
I agree.
Pound it out. Air pound.
Fuck shit.
Aw.
Oh, wait, can I get $1?
Oh, yeah, I will give you $1. Now, remember, this dollar's only good... Oh, wait, I don't have my ID. I don't have my wallet on me. I just brought my ID. Tell you what. Please stop masturbating.
Now that I want to do it, you guys want to stop after the fact that it's over with.
Well...
I got to get freshened up, and she wants... What's it about, guys?
Money?
No, well, never mind.
All right, well, I'm gonna...
With the way she
He's on something, right?
wants it done.
I'll tell you what.
Make her happy.
I'll tell you what. And so I don't have $1 on me, but what I will do, because you agreed to stop, I will give you 5 minutes to find your own private place, then I will call the cops, okay?
He's being fair. He is being fair. You got to give him that. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed the Friday show. I hope you enjoyed the Wally George stuff. I know I fucking did. It was fun. I'll be back in 4 hours for Revenge of the Sith. I hope you guys are there. And if you're not, guess what? Who cares? Who cares? I care. I care, guys. I care. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I'll be back in 4 hours. Hope you'll be there with me. Have a fantastic, wonderful, and happy Daywave. Bye. Bye.
It might not be the right time.
sais que je devrais pas, mais qu'est-ce que tu veux? J'y peux rien. C'est pas le moment.